Hi everybody, I'm out for another camping trip and a little bit of adventure in Rock County. Just basically coming out to have some fun. Just the Jeep this time. I didn't bring the trailer. There's some places I want to go that wouldn't be too good for the trailer, but we're stopping for a break here and look for some rocks. And beautiful day out here in the Kofa BLM land here, where the wildlife refuge is that way. This is all BLM land. Pretty cool. Haven't seen a soul since I got off the highway. Heck, there weren't even that many people on the highway either. But yeah, we're gonna adventure around and enjoy, do some hiking and do a little bit of jeeping. I have no idea where I'm gonna camp yet. I'm out here for 2 days or 2 nights, 3 days, so plenty of time. It's still morning. It's like 9 a.m. I think it finally hit 70 degrees, so nice. Here pretty soon I'll have to put some shoes on and actually put my hat back on. Perfect day. And hopefully the whole time we're here is pretty nice. And onward. You know, we're just driving around and saw this. I'm not sure what they were digging for. Doesn't look like a whole lot. Not a lot of quartz. Looks pretty old too. Usually even then, when someone digs a hole, you can look at the tailing piles and kind of tell what they're digging through. Really hard to say here. And just off the road too. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have noticed it. We're gonna head up in that way a little bit. See if we can find a spot to camp. But as we go, we're in no hurry, so check out spots like this. Which, like I said, I have no idea what they're digging here. Oh well. Look around for some rocks. Do that every time I stop. It's sometimes pretty easy to find the crystals out here because they're not black. But in areas like this where there's quite a bit of quartz to catch your eye, it makes it a little tougher. But yeah, I don't think there's any roads that go out over by those hills. I know this road here goes out and over there somewhere. But yeah, I kind of want to get up by one of these hills so I can climb up one of these hills, but got to be a trail first since we are car camping. The rocks are always pretty cool. Just the way the weather is taking on them. All the stuff that burnt organic matter on top of them. And then you can look at the bottom of the rock and it's a whole different color. Just for fun. Yeah, I'm gonna walk around here a little bit more and we'll move on down the road. We're a little ways out into the hills here. Not a lot, but there's a road that drops off into a gulch here, or wash, and goes around up and over the hill, but no cell service, and I'm out here by myself, so I'm not gonna go through that. So we pulled over and take a stop and walk around. It's always kind of fun to explore, especially some of these washes. See how the rain really comes down out here and just carves a hole A pretty good one here. Yeah. Yeah, and that road I was talking about goes through this thing. Not much for rocks. We've been looking around a little bit. There's a little bit of quartz, but we're getting away from the areas I want to look for rocks, so I'm gonna head over that way, a little south of here, have a look in that area. There have been people here, that's for sure. Of course, there's been people everywhere. Broken bottle down there. I saw an oil filter when we first stopped. Pretty old wine bottle. Cap's still on it, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, the more you get out in the hills, the more of these little washes there are. And the road I'm on right now is not even on my Onyx app, which isn't a good sign. I actually download all the maps on Onyx for offline use, because out here there is no cell service. But yeah, this one's not even on it. I'm kind of surprised. I've seen a couple that I've driven by that the Forest Service has marked, but not on Onyx, which is interesting. Pretty cool area. And yes, I do love using Onyx for this kind of thing, because Google Maps works all right, but once you lose cell service, it's useless. So for me, it's like, okay, if I can download the offline maps and use those, that's pretty nice. Did see a lizard right here a little bit ago. Definitely been seeing a lot of quail, lizards, little birds. I can hear them, but I haven't seen them. I can hear one over there chirping in that bush. I just don't see him. Oh, it's pretty nice. If this was a little nicer area for rock hounding, I'd probably camp here. But we've stopped a few times on the way into these hills and looking, and it's just getting less and less of what I want to find. And don't get me wrong, there's some pretty nice quartz in here, which it's pretty good, just not the kind of quality I'm looking for. I want more of the crystals, even though this stuff does absolutely polish up good, but most of it shatters. So you can see with this one, a lot of fractures in it. So when you try working it, it's not that easy. But yeah, a weathered rock like this is pretty cool looking. I've actually got a green piece in the motorhome that looks kind of like that. Smaller, of course. I will pick up neat looking rocks at times. But yeah, I think we're gonna turn around, like I said, and take the up over to the ridge here is the road, go and then head south somewhat. See if we can't find any little better spots to look for rocks. I know this area isn't known for jasper or anything like that. The only thing we're gonna find out here is quartz. Maybe something cool looking, but we'll see. Well, I think I found a spot to camp. Kind of, I'd say a good quarter-mile off the main road that goes through here. Which, can't really call it a road, the trail. But yeah, not been to this area, this exact area before. So it'd be fun to walk around, look for some rocks. I already found 2 crystals just as I got here. So that's always a good start. Not a bad spot. Got a slight breeze. That's been nice. I'll probably set my hammock up behind the Jeep, or I might even move the Jeep over that way, because the sun sets in the hills, of course. So use the Jeep shade. I do have my awning. I'll probably put it out. But yeah, I brought my hammock stand, and I'll set up my hammock for the next couple days. That'll be nice. And yeah, we got all this wash down here we can explore. I don't know about that hillside. Might be some rocks up there, but it really doesn't look like the kind of rock I'm looking for. But here it does. Nice dark rocks. That'll make it easier to find the crystals. And yeah, I don't even have to have flat land with the hammock. That's the nice thing. Not that this is bad. It's sloped a little, but there'll be some nice spots I can hike down and look around along the hillside here on both sides of the vehicle and do some exploring. The dog's already been doing a bunch of exploring, so that's pretty cool. Interesting rock busted up there. And yeah, a couple days camping, be fun. I do have a view out the La Paz Valley here. I do have cell service a little bit, not much, but that's better than none at all, I guess. I know there's some cell towers way across the way on the hilltop over there, but I don't know if there's any in my line of sight here. That's probably why I only got, barely cell service. But yeah, I'm gonna sit down, relax, and enjoy for a few. I ended up not staying in that other spot. I wasn't having any luck with rocks, so I decided to come out here and explore. This is a Dome Rock Mountain BLM area. Dome Rock Mountain's over there. Probably hard to see in the sun, but yeah, there's Highway 10 right there. There are a few campers out here, not many. Somebody digging. Well, sorry about that. Battery just died. It always dies mid-sentence. But yeah, lots of quartz out here. There's supposed to be some pretty nice stuff in some areas. I'll read that. But yeah, I figure we're gonna spend the day doing some exploring, and like normal, probably find another campsite somewhere. I don't know how far out in these hills I'll go. I'm actually out of cell service right now. And some of these hills look, well, not the hills so much as the valleys. I can do the hill climbs, that's easy enough. But I probably won't get too far out here. There's a trail that goes a long ways down that way, so we might check that out. Take little spurts up into the hills and look around for rocks and enjoy it. There are some pretty nice campsites out here. Some of them are a little harder to get to than others. That's probably why there's nobody camped out here right now. The road's a little rough getting here. But yeah, just another day. Bunch of exploring to do. Well, we're on the other side of the valley here, north of the I-10. Looking, lots of really nice quartz here. A few dig spots. Probably just looking for gold. Quartz is a common material to find with gold, so you can see like this little one here somebody dug at. At one time there's probably a really nice hunk of quartz. Man, there's lots of it here. There's a couple of dig sites that I went by that were fenced off and looked pretty deep. But yeah, this crazy amount of quartz out here. It's thick, which is kind of cool. I know somewhere up in these hills you can find some amethyst. I'm probably not going to get that far. I don't know. My off-road app says, Onyx Off-Road says this is all easy going. And from the looks of the roads out here, they are. But I know at a certain point you hit the Colorado Indian Reservation, and I know on the reservation you can't collect anything. Yeah. I mean, this is just covered in quartz. Pretty crazy. Just the amount of it. I mean, this is quartzsite, so there's lots of quartz. Go up top of this hill, have a look around. Definitely enjoying it. I was just right over there. So, didn't find much over there. Same as this, just lots of quartz and looking around. But I can see over on the hillside streaks of white everywhere. And the rocks are kind of cool, just the formations and stuff like that. I like to look at them. Oh yeah, decent view. Yeah, that road there is a no-go for me. If I was with somebody else, it'd be fun. This road we're on here goes up. I can only see so far. I know there's a road, I can see it way over there. There's also a road back down below me that I might go to. Well, somebody took some time and put a cross up here. That's one thing you find a lot out in the desert, people taking the time to put the rocks the way they want. That's pretty good. Probably had to use a bucket to get the rocks from down there to up here, but pretty cool. Yeah, we're just gonna keep exploring. It's kind of fun. And here's one of those dig sites, fenced off. Probably just keep people from falling in there. A lot of material came out. Basically what we're standing on. Definitely old. Interesting. Definitely the veins. Not sure what it is. There's a lot of it here though. And yeah, right next to the highway. And there's another one right over there we'll go check out in a minute. Yeah, they're old. Tell by some of the garbage here that's pretty old. Definitely not quartz, because there's hardly any of it in this scrap piles. So must have found a vein of something. I mean, there is some quartz, don't get me wrong. Stuff's everywhere though. Yeah, I don't know much about the mining and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of these holes. And the bigger ones, you know, they got these fences on them. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's caved in. It's really hard to tell. And I'm not going down there. One of those things you don't do by yourself. Oh, buddy. He wouldn't help me a bit. Yeah, let's go look at this other one. Another nice day out here, of course. Pretty cool. This one looks like a garbage pit. Broken mirror, garbage. Yeah. kind of expect stuff like that sometimes. This whole area out here is a day use only, no camping. Tile. Be a cool looking rock, but it's tile. Yeah, it doesn't look like this one was very big. I'm surprised they don't make them fill them back in. It does have a sign that says keep out. Broken glass everywhere. Alright, well, I think we're gonna head down to this main road right below us here. It runs along the highway for a while. Do some more exploring. Yeah, don't know what they're digging here. Nothing I want, put it that way. All right, onward. Well, we're in another location. There's lots of sign of digging for the last half mile or so in this area. And I saw this huge fenced off area. Let's have a look. Looks like they used machinery here. For sure. Yeah. I'll go look at their tailings pile and see if we can see what they were digging up. A lot of area out in there. There's piles, and it looks like they actually smoothed out a whole bunch of spots. I don't know if they're just scraping the surface looking or what's going on. And here's their pile of everything they pushed out of that hole. Yeah, nothing spectacular. And you see signs over there they've been digging. A little bit of quartz here and there. Stuff like this. It's got that little color to it, but nothing of value. So I don't know. I know I gotta follow this road a little ways till I can get to the one that's actually going east. I actually got quite a ways off the highway now. But yeah, it's fun exploring. Just going slow, taking my time. Looking around. This was an interesting thing to spot. Wasn't easy to get to, but kind of a retaining wall, probably to protect it from the wash. Yeah. Definitely old. That's cement. Interesting. I like how they got it dug in. The sun sets over that way, so it probably stays pretty cool in there when they built it. Old power pole. Could be a miner's shack. I know a lot of the mining around here. Used to have a sign on it. Interesting. You can only see the hole in the side there for a stovepipe. And this is the road I'm taking to get back out. The other way I went was a dead end, of course. Yeah, different. Definitely didn't expect to find anything like this out here. Lots of garbage. Definitely old and run down. Looks like it even had plumbing. Or pipes there. I guess if you did have power, might be an option. I don't see any signs of a well. Yeah, you just never know when you're out here exploring. There's always old stone cabins, stuff like that. This looks like the outhouse, basically, or shower, or both, could be. Yeah, old mud wall. It's covered with plaster. Looks like a plaster. Let's see. Oh no, just mud, painted mud. Interesting. Well, cool. Lots of broken glass, of course. See it shining everywhere. All right, well, we're gonna keep on moving. I think our next stop is the other side of town. We haven't had much luck out here. Well, I am on the other side of Quartzsite. You might be able to see town over that way. We were up in the hills up there on the other side. And I decided I was gonna come back over to this way. I won't be able to get near the hills until somewhere over in there. But we decided this is a good spot to pull off. Lots of good camping sites out here. 14-day limit, of course. And I figured we're gonna sit here, take a break, have a snack. Yeah, and kind of enjoy it. We're far enough off the highway I can barely hear it. So that's a bonus. And there's nobody out here. You can see a fire pit there. Little fire pits there. And I'll be walking around looking at the ground because there is quartz. And odds are I might find a crystal, I might not. I am also going to try to find a really good piece of unfractured quartz to make a white pendant out of. Quartz is such a beautiful rock, no matter whether it's clear or not. Now you can see the color on that one right there. That's a stain. If I could find it in that color, that would be great. But as soon as you cut it open, it's white inside. But either way, I'll be back. Yeah, decided to stop and check out this wash. That's quite the wall here. All kinds of different rocks. You ever wonder what the ground looks like underneath? This is a good sign of it here. Quite the wash. There's a few of them out here. I mean, this one's pretty good sized. So yeah, really interesting. I've never had much luck finding good rocks in washes. At least down here. Up in the rivers and Washington, oh yeah, no problems. Well, somebody else has been here and has a footprint. What's up, buddy? You having fun? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just parked up above here. There's a trail that comes down, goes through and out. But I'm not going that way. I'm actually going the other direction. But I figured I'd come over here and take a look. It's pretty cool. Lots of pieces of quartz. All kinds of different rocks. A reddish rock. Greenish rock. Kind of cool. Oh, that one's barely holding on. Yeah, kind of fun to see it raging in here. Obviously it hasn't for a long time because of all the plants are doing just fine. Could be diverted. Could be in many factors to keep it from happening. It's like concrete though. Pretty solid. Cool. Onward. It's something you don't see too often. It's like a water collection area. Obviously pretty darn dry. And really steep along the edges, so it'd be hard for any critter to get in and out. So I don't know, kind of weird. There's some concrete over here. Don't know. Interesting though, kind of cool. Just another sight to see. Well, this is camp for the night. We've got Roy over here from Roy and Becky's Travels. Friend over here. Over here we've got Tim from CR View. Hey, you got it right, yay. Right now there's not a lot of people here. This is the LTVA at La Posa South. Yeah. Got my hammock. My table. Pretty much that's it. My dog seems to like sleeping over under Roy's motorhome, so the hell with him. I've pretty much did a bunch of exploring. I've got like 10 rocks. I will post a picture of the rocks on Facebook as my norm. Not much, just a couple of crystals, small crystals, and some quartz. The adventure was worth it, absolutely. I absolutely enjoyed the traveling around, exploring areas out there that I hadn't explored yet, exploring areas out there I hadn't explored yet, and exploring some of the areas I've already been in but not really explored. But hey, overall, oh, sorry about that, let me get over here. Oh, there we go. Overall, it's been a great couple days. I will be spending the night right here in the hammock and out of here in the morning. Both of my batteries on the GoPro are dead. I can see this one now is about 20%, so not filming a whole lot more. So thank you, and thank you for watching.